back to the Vitruvian Path. The more I explored the Vitruvian Path, the more I realised something. Everything seems to return to movement. Not simply physical movement, but movement as the principle of life itself. Look around nature. Nothing is truly still. The earth turns, the planets orbit, the tides rise and fall, and the seasons change. Spring becomes summer, summer becomes autumn, autumn becomes winter. Then the cycle begins again. Everything lives because everything moves. Ancient philosophers observed that everything was in flux. We never step into exactly the same river twice because both we and the river are continually changing. I think the Vitruvian Path reflects the same truth. The earth pillar begins with movement. Strength isn't created by standing still. It's developed through movement, walking, training, breathing, learning to move efficiently. When I wear armour, the armour isn't the goal, movement is. It develops strength, balance, coordination, flow. Then comes the human pillar, purpose. As a designer, people often think I'm designing rooms. I'm not, I'm designing movement, how someone enters a room, how they naturally move through the space, where the light falls, how one room flows into another. A well-designed room doesn't force movement, it guides it. That's why the word flow is often used so much in architecture. Then comes heaven. Music, the same. Music cannot exist without movement. Strings vibrate, air moves, sound travels, melodies rise and fall. Rhythms carry us forward. A song takes us on a journey through time. Even emotion moves. One note becomes another. One chord resolves into the next. Movement becomes beauty. Then, if you look even deeper, the universe itself. The stars are moving. Galaxies are moving. Light is travelling. Nothing is truly static. Perhaps life itself is movement. That's why I don't see the three pillars as separate anymore. Strength allows us to move, purpose gives us movement direction, and creativity gives movement expression. Remove movement and everything becomes static. Strength becomes rigid, purpose becomes routine, and creativity becomes silent. Flow is what brings them to life. Perhaps that's why I've been always drawn to such different disciplines. Building, armour and sword training, songwriting. At first they seemed completely unrelated, but now I see the same principle running through all of them. Movement, flow, harmony. When I design, I'm shaping movement through space. When I train, I'm refining movement through the body. When I write music, I'm shaping movement through time. Different disciplines, the same principle. Perhaps harmony isn't something we find. Perhaps harmony is what happens when movement flows naturally between strength, purpose, and creativity. The Vitruvian Path isn't asking us to become one thing. It's inviting us to keep moving, to keep learning, to keep adapting, to keep creating. Because the moment we stop moving, we stop growing, and life itself is movement. And perhaps the purpose of the Vitruvian Path is simply to help us move through life with greater harmony.